Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Gordon. We are back with another video. Today we're doing an updated price prediction video for Kaspa. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit subscribe, hit that bell notification icon. Don't forget to grab your completely free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin. It is linked in the description below this video, my gift to you. With all of that said, let's dive straight into it. Make sure to stick around until the end because we're running the numbers for Kaspa, and let's look at the data. Okay, so first and foremost, let's take a look at the technicals for Kaspa. As we can see on the chart right now, we're sitting at 7.6 cents, just under 7.7 cents. And over the past number of weeks, we have been retesting this trend line that we've been in, or this downtrend we've been in for the past number of months. If we zoom out on the chart here, you can see that going all the way back to 2024, when we put in these highs last August around 21 cents, we have continued to put in lower highs on the chart, and we've maintained this downtrend over the past year and a little bit. So Kaspa is struggling to break out of this downtrend, and these retests over the past number of weeks have been unsuccessful. You can see we've just broken below the 200-day simple moving average, and things are looking like we might have to come back down to this 6 cents area for support before getting a breakout here. But I do think we need to see a decision from Kaspa as we approach the end of this wedge, which brings us into Q4 of this year here. I do think we're going to have to see a decision made by Kaspa whether we will break this long-term support to the downside going below this 5.7 cents level, or if we get a break above it and move beyond 6, 7, 8 cents, moving back towards that kind of 12, 13 cents area to retest these highs from back in May of this year, and then pushing higher to retest these kind of 18 to 20 cents highs that go all the way back to the end of 2024. So I think, given the macro landscape, given things happening with potential rate cuts here over the coming months, I'm hoping we can see a squeeze to the upside for the price action with Kaspa. You know, this long-term wedge that it's been forming here over the course of the past couple years, really going back to Q4 here of 2023, forming this large wedge. I think we should see a squeeze to the upside by the time we get into Q4 of this year. The other key chart I wanted to highlight was Kaspa dominance. So obviously, just before we look at that, price action here has been pretty underwhelming. Really, since last August, we've been in that strong downtrend, and price action has struggled to really get up and retest those previous highs. It's definitely much further away from all-time highs compared to a lot of other tokens right now in the altcoin market, especially with those other layer 1 protocols. Again, I'm a big fan of Kaspa. I think there's lots of great stuff happening with the blockDAG architecture. I know we had another delay with smart contracts recently. I do want to see more protocols getting built out on top of Kaspa as a layer 1 blockchain. I think smart contracts and KRC20 are going to play a big role in that. And so I want to see those advancements, those newer protocols, which will allow for the flow of liquidity into Kaspa as a layer 1. I do think it'll happen, but maybe Kaspa's time to shine is not necessarily this cycle, but maybe a little bit further down the line. The price prediction we're going to look at in just a moment is focused on this particular cycle, so please keep that context in mind. But if we jump over to Kaspa dominance, this really does paint the picture of just how much Kaspa has underperformed the rest of the market here over the past year to year and a half. Zooming out here, we've only got data going back to the end of 2023, but we can see Kaspa's dominance level back during that time frame was up in this 0.23 to 0.24% area, essentially meaning Kaspa's market cap was making up about 1/4% of the entire crypto market in December and November of 2023. Since then, you can see we put in a lower high around 0.22% by the time we got to February of 24. And since then, we did not manage to break above it. When we had a retest in August of last year, we put in a little bit of a triple top here before coming lower with Kaspa dominance. And really, since those kind of highs in August and September of last year, we've seen significant underperformance for Kaspa versus the rest of the market. Its dominance is down 74%, while dominance for many other layer 1 protocols, you know, I'm thinking of the likes of Sui and Solana, has been climbing over this particular time compared to Kaspa being down 74%. That does not mean Kaspa is down and out. You can see that we're at a pretty kind of key level of support here on the dominance chart at this 0.05% level. I would love to see us try and move up here to reclaim the 200-day and keep moving higher. And so the reason I'm sharing this chart is because with the price prediction we'll look at just now in a moment, the dominance percentage is one of the variables that we have to plug into our price prediction equation. And so thinking about how Kaspa will perform over the next year is important to consider as we hopefully see its dominance increasing. I do think we need to see Ethereum and the altcoin market performing a little bit better in order for Kaspa to have a run up to the upside with its dominance. But we will hopefully see that as we move into Q4 and possibly even as we move into Q1 and Q2 of 2026. We don't know when this cycle will ultimately peak. There is lots of evidence for us potentially having an extended cycle with the business cycle, with fewer rate cuts so far. We're due to be getting more rate cuts later in September, later in Q4 of this year. And so depending on what's happening with the business cycle, macro, and the economy, we might have an extended cycle into 2026, which could see us have Kaspa dominance moving sideways a little bit further before ultimately getting a larger run up here as we move into Q1 of next year and into Q2 as well. So let's wait and see what happens there with dominance levels for Kaspa. Again, important to remember that variable as we begin to look at our price predictions. Again, as always, guys, I'm breaking this down in terms of a bear case, base case, and bull case price target for Kaspa by the peak of this cycle. Again, we may not have that until 2026. We have to wait and see what happens. But just like we were showing a moment ago, price is currently sitting at 7.7 cents. We want to see us breaking out of this uptrend and reclaiming the 200-day. We want to see dominance moving higher. And so my bear case in total crypto market cap terms has us getting to somewhere in the region of 5 trillion US dollars. If total crypto market cap can get up to 5 trillion US dollars, and if Kaspa can get up to somewhere around 0.25% dominance by the peak, that's going to give us a $12.5 billion market cap for Kaspa. Dividing that by about 27 billion Kaspa tokens in circulation would bring us to a 46 cents price target for Kaspa by the peak of the cycle. Even for a bear case, that's really not too bad. That is about a 5 to 6x from today's prices of just under 8 cents. And remember, we had Kaspa dominance up at that kind of 0.24 level previously at the end of 2023. So it's not unheard of territory for Kaspa dominance. It would mean dominance having to 5x from today's levels, but we were up at that area as recently as Q4 of 2023. So that is the bear case and what I'm thinking. Yes, we're going to need to see more adoption. Hopefully we'll see protocols getting built out with KRC20 and smart contracts on Kaspa, but that is what I'm thinking for the bear case scenario. Next up, we've got the base case. In the base case, what I'm thinking is total crypto market cap could peak closer to 7 trillion US dollars. If Kaspa can get up to 0.3% dominance, that's going to give us a $21 billion market cap for Kaspa by the peak of the cycle. Once again, dividing that by around 27 billion Kaspa tokens. Right now, by the way, we have about 26.6 billion Kaspa tokens in circulation. And so we are going to see that inflate a little bit with the proof of work consensus mechanism and more tokens entering circulation. So I'm factoring in 27 billion for now. That would bring us to a 78 cents price target in our most base case scenario. Again, that would be about a 10x from today's prices. Phenomenal return for a base case. And I think it would be possible if we can see total crypto market cap getting up to 7 trillion, and if we can see those smart contracts happening on Kaspa, protocols getting built, liquidity and capital flowing into the ecosystem, I think you could see its dominance getting back up to retest those highs and moving into price discovery for dominance, getting up to that 0.3% level. Finally, last but not least, we've got the most bullish case scenario. I think in the most bullish case, what we're looking at is total crypto market cap getting up to somewhere around 9 trillion US dollars. If Kaspa can get all the way up to 0.5% dominance, that's going to give us a $45 billion market cap for Kaspa. Dividing it by 27 billion tokens brings us to a bull case price target scenario of $1.66 per Kaspa token by the peak of the cycle in this next, hopefully, 12 months or so. So that is the target, guys, for my base case my bear case, and my bull case when it comes to Kaspa's price. Again, I want to know in the comments below, where do you think the price of Kaspa is going to? Are you holding Kaspa as part of your bull run portfolio? And again, tell me the numbers you're thinking for the next 6 to 12 or even 15 months. I want to know where you think the price is going this cycle. Yes, I think price can go much higher for Kaspa if we extend out 5 years, 8 years, 10 years down the line. I do think we can definitely go much, much higher. I want to see more adoption happening on chain for all of that to actually play out. So yes, don't take this as bearish numbers. I do think longer term, we can definitely go much higher. I'm trying to project out for this cycle over the next 6, 12, 15 months. Where do we think price could peak for Kaspa by the top of the bull cycle? Drop me a comment below and let me know. That is it for today's video, guys. If you got any value at all out of that price prediction update for Kaspa, please make sure to smash the thumbs up button. Let's take 3 seconds right now. Right below my finger on the screen, there is a thumbs up button. Make sure to smash that thumbs up button if you enjoyed the content and the breakdown. I want to see your comments below as well. Let me know what price you think Kaspa is getting to by the peak of this cycle. As always, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification icon. You've got your free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin waiting for you in the description. Make sure to grab that, and we'll catch you in the next one.